I would like to take this opportunity as a chance for me to share with you about our journey throughout the past 10 months, 10 months that we have been doing Happy Grocers. And yeah, we kind of like, I decided to summarize everything into just two words, which is adaptability and movement. And let's first of all start with adaptability. So a little bit of the background information. Happy Grocers is a startup based in Bangkok where we source organic produces from fruit and vegetable directly from the farm, from Phayao to Panmuri and Nakhon Pathom mostly. And then we kind of find a fun way to deliver that to our customer, either through home delivery or grocery truck. And yeah, what we try to do is basically to create a movement of conscious consumers that would also kind of influence the way our farmers do agriculture to be more of organic. So yeah, let's start from the first keyword of our presentation today, which is adaptability. So I would like to start with the pre-story of how everything all started. So 10 months ago, I was actually working in tourism. And as you know, tourism got hit really hard by the COVID. And I think it was only 1 or 2 days before I launched my trip. And then there were like announcements that there would be lockdowns in the areas that I was living in. So then just like, okay, I cannot do this anymore because of the lockdown and everything. So what I did back then was that I was just like scrolling down my Facebook, trying to just find something more interesting, fun to do, because I was actually like hurt and bored a little bit. So because myself, I did an internship with MIT in the northeastern part of Thailand at the farm before. So I have friends on Facebook that are farmers, and people started to complain that they could not distribute their produces because of the lockdown. And at the same time, because when I was in university, I did a lot of NGO work. I have friends who are expats based in Bangkok start to complain that they cannot find produces that have no plastic packaging and is directly from the farm. So back then it was just like, okay, now that I have nothing to lose, I need to do something with that because I know where the source is and also where the demand is. So I just started with one Facebook post saying that anybody who wants some produces, just hit me up. I can deliver it to your house. And what happened was I got 20 requests of order to deliver to their houses in just like one night. So that was like, okay, cool, this is great. But then what happened was that I had no plan of how to deliver that to people. So what I did back then was like, I tried to call friends from uni, trying to ask for advice on what to do. And then I thought of my friend, who is my co-founder right now, because she got a car and she was really good at driving. It's like, hey, Pearl, so I have this thing. How do I do this? Should I send it from the south? Because I was in the south back then. And then she was like, dude, it's not gonna work. You need to deliver from Bangkok because all the fruit and vegetable are distributed from Bangkok anyway. So transporting from the south, meaning that you transport food from Bangkok to the south and then back to Bangkok again. So what she did back then was that she just decided to help deliver everything, help get everything and then sort it out. It worked out pretty well and we kept having more orders. So she was like, Mo, you need to be in Bangkok to do this. Otherwise, I'm not going to do this alone. So I decided to come to Bangkok. And then we started to use her parents' garage in the picture. So that was like a super small space where we would do packing, where we put our stuff in. And yeah, and we had been using that for about 9 months. And that was a really, really good start for us, at least in my opinion, because it started from just 2 friends, 1 garage, and then 0 baht because we started from the model of pre-order, so we don't have to invest things up front. So that's how Happy Grocers started in that space for the past 9 months. We started to do things by ourselves, from like packing, getting order to deliver things by ourselves. That's a picture of me delivering things by my scooter in Bangkok. But because we started because of the COVID, and our business become validated because of that situation. Once the city lockdown was over, people started to go out more. Our sale just dropped drastically. So we just like, okay, what do we do now that people want real experience? People want to go outside. We want to meet new people or just meet their neighbors and stuff. It's like, okay, maybe we can try to deliver that shopping experience to their condos, to their houses, to their offices. So we came up with the model of the grocery truck, where we still keep the same concept of delivering directly to our consumers, but then with the whole experience of like where our customer can pick things by hand, can ask us where things are from, can also ensure that everything is certified because we have all certification for everything. And it worked really well because based on like the feedback that we got, people really love it with the fact that they can go out, they can still do shopping, get whatever they need right in front of their door. And sometimes people would bring their kids to come learn about how to say things in different languages and how to count things as well, which is pretty lovely. So that this initiative also started to create a community around our brand as well, where people who have never had a chance to meet their neighbor also started to meet their neighbors and started to do things together because of the truck as well. But with all of these beautiful things that are happening, there are also times that we struggle as well. So that is a picture of my co-founder during the day that it was raining in Bangkok. And you know, when Bangkok rains, it floods. But still, we also have to keep making that happen, where we need to still keep delivering because we know that our customers need food. I think what we have learned in a hard way from doing things by ourselves, not only to understand the role of each part of the operation, but also to understand the life of the people who work in Bangkok, that we would never have a chance if we do other jobs, I think. And I think it creates more empathy for us to understand more about the lives of people in Bangkok as well, who have to struggle every day to like work, although it's floods, or have to work because they need to make money day by day. But I think I take this as a beautiful lesson as well. But there's also a turning point to our business where, because Happy Grocers started as just like a delivery company where we deliver just the general grades, like no certification. But then there was one point where we got to know one company that promised us that everything is organic, we can get anything, just to find out later that that was a lie. So that was like a big awakening for us of, oh, actually in this business it's really tricky, and maybe it's have to be us who go to the farm ourselves, who have to source things by ourselves, just to be sure that everything is really organic and really reliable. So then once we have that idea, we just like, okay, we cannot work with this company anymore. We're just gonna do it ourselves. We just went to the farm in Sudprasert and started to talk to farmers by ourselves, started to spend time, build trust, and just basically spend time there to make them feel like we are not here to take advantage of. We really are here to grow together with the community. So that's the picture of Pearl and Dill, which is my colleagues in Sudprasert and Pidang. So yeah, and okay, let's move on to the second one that I think is also another step of Happy Grocers as well, which is creating a movement. So we spend a lot of time thinking about how we have a passion for supporting Thai farmers, for creating a sustainable food system. Now that we learn more and more as we started Happy Grocers, we just asked ourselves a lot of questions about how can such a small business be in the market while we don't have that much resources, right? We don't have that much human resources either. So then we just keep asking ourselves more and more, and just to learn that oh, maybe it's really important to create something that nobody can take away from us, which is a movement. So after we came to that conclusion of creating a movement, maybe is something that makes us really unique and something that only us can do in our way. We started to kind of explore the idea of how do we promote people to use more of the local ingredients so that they don't have to like rely on import goods that create lots of carbon footprint, and also able to support local farmers as well. And what would be some of the activities that would really enable our consumers to build connections, build relationships, get to know our brand, and get to be a part of the community. So the first activity that we started alongside our services of delivery and truck is the food workshop. Here is a picture of my friends and my mom. So we would have our parents coming from the north and the south and sharing how to cook super authentic vegetarian food or non-vegetarian as well, and then just share that with our customers. So that's like our first activity that we started to do to create this community around Happy Grocers. The second thing that we also do is to create the experience where customers can have an opportunity to connect more to the producers of the food. So we would bring our customers to the farm and learn about what organic farming actually means, what it takes to do planting, how does compost work, and also the stories around the community that produce our food as well. So this is a picture of Hoi Hit Nam community. It's a Korean community where they have such a rich culture. And something that really fascinates me is the fact that their lives is really intertwined with the forest. So everything that they do is really driven by the belief that the forest has a goddess or the guardians of each tree. And in order to be respectful of the nature, we have to not use chemicals. So this belief really drives sustainability and the way they do agriculture in this community, because they believe that, oh, if they use chemicals or use pesticide, that's gonna be disrespectful for the nature. And I think, for me as a person, I feel like that's such an innovative and not innovative approach at the same time. But that's something that we try to overlook, which is like old indigenous beliefs that really drives innovation in the past. So yeah, the reason that we bring people to this community is to also see different ways to look at sustainability as well, because it's going to be totally different from how we see it in Bangkok. And also, if you can remember the first picture from the first keyword, which is adaptability, was the garage, right? And now after 10 months, we moved to this house. Woo, finally not in garage anymore. So once we moved to the house, we just thought that, oh, this could be such a cool space for us to create a community in this space, a community where people come together, meet like-minded people, and also learn more about sustainability, or even have their own project and use our space. So this picture is from last Friday, where we just invited all of the supporters from like day one to come and just build more relationship, create some good memories together. And yeah, we just like kind of look back at what we have done and how far we have become. And also, yeah, after 9 months, no, 10 months now, after 10 months, like all these activities and the services that we do really prove to us that what we do is not just selling and buying solely, but it's also like a movement where we try to create an easy access to sustainable produces that enable people to have sustainable lifestyle. And because people really believe in our vision, we started to create a little community in Bangkok where conscious consumer come together, support farmers, and at the same time would be able to live life sustainably because they have access to sustainable source of food. yeah, this is my favorite picture. So after 10 months, we have been serving over 200 families in 32 locations in Bangkok and have been working with over 60 farmers. And yeah, all of this would start from just 3 friends who are young and passionate about the environment and also the well-being of farmers. And we are basically a mix of like entrepreneurship and also expertise about the environment and soils. And yeah, so what we really believe in is to be a startup that would create a sustainable food system in Thailand by supporting small farmers and also use education as a tool for consumers to be informed about how to make wise choices in the way they consume. And I really believe that we all, as an individual, we can really make a difference through our consumption choices. If you want to learn about Happy Grocers, you can just scan this QR code. It's going to link to our Facebook. And if you have any questions or if you want to get involved in our business or collaborate, just please feel free to shoot me some message in the box or even like on Facebook. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for having me. And I guess that's it for me.